Well, folks, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just said goodbye to my daughter, Shiva. I hope that the aquarium is not too loud. Hope you can hear me. You gotta change the water of that aquarium. Pretty cool aquarium. Anyway, I just said goodbye to my daughter on the way to the airport because she is going somewhere to visit a friend, different state. So she's gonna be visiting a friend of hers from across the country, and we're gonna hope that she's 18 now, and that we raised her enough to be able to be smart enough and be able to make decisions on her own. And you know, this is the beginning of the stage as a parent where we start letting her go and going on ventures on her own. This is hard. And to be honest with you, I thought my wife is like a little bit more handling this a little bit more easier than me, but apparently not. She came up to me yesterday crying that she's having a hard time letting her go, and I thought I was the only one. I mean, I wasn't crying, but you know, it doesn't mean that it's easier for me. But I am having a hard time thinking about it. It's all this fucking scenario in my head, you know, all the fucking movies I've seen. It's pretty hard. I mean, I don't know how you guys, if anybody listening and being in my situation, I'm sure there's billions of people. I'm not the only parent in the world, but I wonder what it's like to for you guys. How did it feel? How did you deal with it when you have to let go your child for the first time, that day that you realize that's it, she's going on her own, or he's going on his own to the world, and deal with whatever comes along, hoping that you taught them enough. And it's hard. I don't know how to articulate what I'm feeling, but I know she's gonna go to college soon, but it's just an hour away, and you know, if there's a problem or anything, I can go over there, and that's the thing too. I don't know if you guys agree, but as a dad, in my opinion, the number one, I don't know, maybe I'm just being masculine or trying to be macho man, but as a dad, in my opinion, the number one job for a father is protection. Physical protection from harm, like any type of harm. I think that's number one job for a father, is to protect his family. I have one kid, a daughter, and she's my gem, and I worked all this time to make sure that no physical harm happens to her, that she's safe, that she can grow up without any problems. And my wife's job is basically emotional. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that dads or men or me that I'm not going to be there for my daughter emotionally, but you know, in maybe there's some parents out there, some fathers that are very close to their daughter emotionally, and they always talk and this and that, and I don't know. But me, I try to give her space, a lot of space. She's growing up. She's got friends. I want her to learn to deal with problems that may come along. Friends and family problems, or cousins, and anything. I want her to deal with it on her own. If she wants to talk about it, she has a few times with me, but I wish I would have talked to her more about her problems. But my wife is a little bit closer to her, and they are close, so I kind of let them have their own. And as long as she is taken care of, when it comes to that, it doesn't have to be me. I wish it's me too, but it doesn't have to be me. I don't care too much about that. I care about how she is, you know. How I feel is really irrelevant when it comes to of her upbringing. So, you know, I think as a parent, it's too selfish for me to, you know, to think about that. How I feel and how's my relationship with her. My view into that is, how is she, not how I feel. So, you know, as long as she's taken care of, I'm good with that, you know. But anyway, so yes, she left, going to the airport. She's gonna have to, you know, every time we travel, we took care of everything, but now she's gonna do it on her own. It's kind of hard, but and I'm happy and glad at the same time, you know, because you know, she wants to go. She wants to do this, and she's excited to see her friend. She's gonna be there for 2 weeks. She's gonna stay in a hotel and see her friend in a college campus, hang out together, all that stuff. But I don't know. It's time for me to start thinking this way, where my daughter, my child, is now grown to deal with the world, and this is the first step of doing that. I don't know how you guys feel on your first day that your child leaves, and you know that I'm at home, thousands of miles away. I think it's a 5-hour flight to where she's going. And you know, how does it feel for you guys? Hold on, she's calling me. Sorry, I got distracted because my wife just called me, and she just dropped her off in the airport. And of course she was crying because, like I said, she's having a hard time. So do I. That's why I'm making this video. Yeah, what was I? It's 4:45 right now. I have to go to work soon. But yeah, if you guys can give me your thoughts, what it's like to the first time. I'm sure a lot of people out there, you know, I'm 51 years old, and my daughter just turned 18 this year. sure there's a lot of people out there who has kids and they had their kids when they were younger, but you know, I know I'm not the only one who dealt with this, but it is a little bit harder than I thought, emotionally, how to deal with having your child leaving for the first time. It's different when it's college, you know, because I know she's in a campus and hanging out with other students, and she's in a dorm, and they're designed to keep your kids safe as possible because nobody's around there but college students. Not that college students can be dangerous, especially the boys. No, just kidding. But she's going to visit a friend in a college campus, but she's not going to be in a campus the whole time. She's going to stay in a hotel sometimes. But just that, you know, she's going to be there, and I hope she's very aware of her surroundings. She doesn't walk around like she's from out of town, you know, little things like that, you know. And oh, look at that. I just text my daughter, and she texted me back and said, "Okay, Daddy." One thing that always melts my heart is when my daughter texts me, "Daddy," you know. "I love you, Daddy." And I've been, you know, it's and what's that? I read somewhere the best name I've been called. The best name I've been called was Dad. When my daughter calls me a dad, you know, "Hey, Dad," it melts my heart. I can't say no whatever she's saying, and you know, it's, I don't know about some of you guys, but being a father is one of the challenging, best feeling in the world. You know, I don't know, I'm probably the billionth person that said that, but one of the best decisions I've ever had in my life is to be a father. You know, I taught kids for 20 years, all different kinds of kids of ages, and I always felt like a parent. Sorry, I got interrupted there again. I think my alarm went off. What was I saying? Yeah, I've taught kids for 20 years in martial arts, and I always felt like a parent, and I always felt like I never missed anything when it comes to having more kids, especially having a boy, because for 20 years I've raised close to 500 boys in some minute way. I help raise them, and you know, it's not as hard to deal with not having a boy, but I love my baby girl, and it's, you know, she changed my life. She changed the way I view things. She changed my attitude. She changed me the whole way, you know. But I wouldn't change that for anything in the world, you know. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying. I just want to vent on how I feel letting my daughter go somewhere halfway across the country by herself. But my wife she's an attorney, and she travels, and I don't travel much, but she's got itinerary, and she's got everything down hour per hour, minute by minute, where she's gonna be at. You know, what hotel she's gonna stay. Everything is arranged to a point where somebody's gonna pick her up at the airport. Somebody's gonna take her to the hotel. You know, that's taken care of. Everything. So a map and everything. So yeah, my wife is very what's the word? Organized when it comes to traveling. So, and I'm not worried about that. You know, I try to just step back and just wait around until they tell me they need me. You know, that's the kind of parent I am. I don't try to mingle too much because I've talked to a lot of parents out there that the more you butt into your kid's life, the more you drive them away. So I listen to that, and you're right, you know, because I know I have 4 sisters, and when they were growing up, I know exactly the kind of shit they did, because my mom was very strict on them. So they sneak out, they lie, I wouldn't want my daughter to do that to us, so we gave her a lot of space to grow up. And in return, you know, I hope that she knows enough to deal with day-to-day lives, you know. This is when the little baby bird now has her wings and ready to fly on her own. You know, sounds corny. But yeah, this is it. This is the beginning. And my wife just told me while I was talking to her a minute ago that I didn't know that I know she wants to go to Europe, but she wants to go to Europe on her own. I was like, well, no, it's supposed to be us as a family. We're going to Europe. But she wants to go to Europe on her own. Well, in my head, what I'm thinking is fucking that fucking movie Taken. That movie fucked me up. That's why I've been training martial arts all my life. Well, half of my life for this kind of shit. But I'm no FBI though. Fuck. Should have applied to FBI, CIA, something. But don't get me wrong. I can scrap. I can go across the world and get her back somehow. I don't know. But that's the kind of shit that's going through my head. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a parent's nightmare when it happens to that. But, you know, how many times do you hear that shit? You know, of course not. So many kids out there and parents out there have to deal with what I'm dealing right now. And billions of them, they're fine. So I'm just, I guess, being worried like a normal parent. Anyway, so I'm gonna get ready now to go to work. But I just want to say that it's normal. And for you guys that's going through like I'm going through, it's a normal feeling. I'm with you. If you're listening to my video and watching my video and you're going through the same thing, here's to you. You're not the only one, but hang on there. I'm just telling myself to hang on there. But you kids gonna be fine. And I'm excited. What is she like as an adult, you know? I hope to get to see that. I hope to live long enough to be able to see that and have a conversation with her as an adult, you know? Because ever since she was a little baby on my arms, a few days old, I'm always thinking to myself, you know, wish we could have a conversation. I spent close to 10 years, well, no, she would be 10 years old, but when she was a little baby, where I stayed in a house, just me and her, raising her and taking care of her while my daughter, while my wife is in law school and at work. I stayed at home to take care of her. I was looking at her face, kissing her very, very cute face, and just thinking, you know, I wish we could talk, you know. But, you know, I cherished every little moments of that, don't get me wrong. But now that she's grown, I miss those little baby face. She still has a baby face, but, you know, I miss those little days that I just have her in my arms while I watch TV and just put her to sleep in my arms. I miss those days, you know. But now that she's grown, you know, this is a different adventure for me to deal with, and I'm looking forward to it. And as like any other parents out there that wishing that we would have a good relationship as an adult. And I think I'm a great dad. I know I'm a good dad. You know, I can get very difficult and stubborn from time to time, but overall I think I'm a good dad, and I gave her enough space. At the same time, I'm hovering around just to make sure that I'm around when she needs me. So anyway, so here's to all the parents out there having difficulties like me. See you later. Be cool, be kind to people, and see you in the next video. Boom.